The search is over, as the BBC offers a life-changing opportunity to the next generation of television and radio talent.
It's a great thing, particularly in comedy, having somebody to work with.
I was very nervous.
Just to get the opportunity to be here.
Jamie Theakston presents the final awards as the new recruits entertain us.
The writers get a chance to see their work.
The stars of today join the stars of tomorrow. Sunday at 8:10 on BBC1. Strange passengers in airport at 8:30.
And that's what you call a spider.
Mickey's going to drive it on board the aircraft. I'm very jealous.
Followed by strange questions in Holby City at 9.
Do you think you can will yourself to live or die?
Flying high.
We've got the conquering British Olympic team coming back to Heathrow this morning. We have an almighty great crowd out for it.
And falling fast.
We overstepped the mark, as I'm sure the theatre tape will prove.
Thursday night on BBC1.
The weather now on BBC One with Michael Fish.
Hello there. We're not alone with all this wet weather. In fact, I've recently seen some reports of flooding in parts of Sweden, for instance, and there's been some heavy rain in other areas of Europe. For instance, Nice. They had some real downpours during the course of the night, and at first thing on Tuesday, 62 millimetres of rain there in just a space of 12 hours. There's an active weather system actually strung out all the way from North Africa through this central part of Europe and up towards Finland and into Russia. It's the dividing line between the two types of weather. We've got the cooler, unsettled conditions here. We've got the warm, sunny weather in the east, and in between the battle zone where there's a lot of cloud, weather systems and outbreaks of rain. And that particular battle zone isn't going to move very far, at least not for the next day or so, but eventually it will move eastwards to bring somewhat cooler weather to many other parts of Europe. The southeastern corner staying warm, and you notice the way temperatures have dipped down below freezing in and around the Alps as well as in the far north of Europe. So that weather system around, but more important as far as the British Isles is concerned, another one coming in that's going to bring us a spell of wet and windy weather before that too moves into Scandinavia and France, the Low Countries. So it's more or less an east-west split. For the western part of Europe, unsettled in the next couple of days, many places having further outbreaks of rain, some of it quite heavy. Eastern Europe and through into the eastern Mediterranean staying dry and sunny, and actually those temperatures for the time of year are pretty high. Now, I've got a sandwich at the moment. The British Isles is sandwiched in the clear between this weather system moving in from the west and that one that we've just seen that's wriggling around over central parts of Europe. Even across the British Isles earlier on there was some cloud. That was that particular weather front. It brought some showers. That's moving away. We're going to have a little bit of a lull overnight and first thing, and then this next area of low pressure is going to be around really for the rest of the week up to the weekend, keeping it cool, wet and fairly unsettled. Maybe a hint of some light at the end of the tunnel when we go into next week and we find another ridge on the horizon. But it's already chilly in many parts of the country. The clouds continuing to break. It's turning misty and it's going to be a cold night too. There will be some frost and icy patches in many places before the night's out. Around these western and southern coasts, the showers will continue and the temperatures should hold above freezing. In the morning, we're going to be looking to that next weather system moving in from the west. Many central and eastern areas, they're starting off dull, foggy, misty, quite a murky morning. It'll take a while, I think, for the weather to brighten up. It eventually will, just for a while. Rain, though, moving into Northern Ireland, westernmost parts of England and Wales by lunchtime, and then moving further in during the course of the afternoon. Eventually, come evening time, the whole country turning wet and windy. And as it turns windy, it's going to feel quite cold with those temperatures of 7 or 8 degrees. There's the weather system. It moves out of the way overnight and it first thing on Thursday, taking the rain away with it. Then we're left with blustery winds, keeping it quite cool, and a fair number of showers. Some of those showers heavy, they'll be wintry too. Very similar look to the weather on Friday. Another windy, cool day with further heavy showers. A very good night to you.
Our planet is teeming with life.
In this small patch, there could well be 2,000 different species.
But sometimes you don't know what you've got until it's gone.
There's a lot of evidence to show that we are on the very brink of an extinction event.
The world's leading scientists have their say.
Technology is encouraging us to take too much out of the natural systems.
It's the best of times and the worst of times.
The world is going to warm up 1 to 5 degrees in the next century, 1 being mild, 5 being catastrophic.
David Attenborough presents a landmark series.
The future of life depends on our ability to take action.
State of the Planet begins tomorrow at 9:10 on BBC1.
More! More! Don't let me in! More!
Get out, Cotton, you're barred.
Stuff your poxy boozer!
Nicholas Charles Cotton, I sentence you to 5 years in prison.
You ain't seen the last of me!
Can we go have some fun now, Dad?
Of course we can, son.
EastEnders. Everyone's talking about it.
Late night, BBC One, problem solving.
Mike's teenage son is hyperactive and often in trouble with the police. Should his father be offering a guiding hand? What would you do?